Hello, this is John Piper with the weekend video, and Saturday the 17th of April. Starting with Ethereum, again we had the low in February 2020, clear 1, 2, a 3, bit messy 4, and now we're in the fifth wave here. Let's go down to a short-term chart, look at the fifth wave itself. Alright, so 3 ended here, we then saw this triangular type thing down to around 1548. Now, I've been looking for a sort of 2x, 3x move on Bitcoin, take us to 100,000 plus. Now, Ethereum's already seen a move from 1,500 to 2.5, which is getting on for 2x, not quite 2x, but it's not far off it. And in fact, we're now in the, we've got the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4. So a fifth wave rally on Ethereum could take us into that area where a peak could be in on Ethereum. Okay, so what I'm saying is that the pattern on Ethereum could complete quite soon now. We've got a clear 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4 may not be over yet, but the 5 wave should take us up to around 3,000. It should take us maybe a couple of weeks or so. So we're now mid-April, so May looks like a time when we could see a peak for Ethereum. It could meet the parameters of my projections. And that could be a time when we might start to see a more serious correction come into the marketplace. Now, the concern is Bitcoin is following a similar time frame, but it's not seeing this third wave rally. We're not seeing the thrust we're seeing in Ethereum, and the worry is the fifth wave going to be truncated in some way? Perhaps because of the flotation of Coinbase. It went fine, but the market is still hesitant. So I know seasonally, Bitcoin apparently has, I'm told that seasonally it's due a very good rally very quickly, very soon. But so far it's still not happening. But let me switch to the Bitcoin chart to continue this discussion. So Bitcoin saw the third wave here, I believe. We had an irregular ABC, so that did show some strength. We went to new highs within the correction. But we're now seeing this is the wave 4 beginning, 1, 2, and it's just again failing to really do very much. And this move here has taken out or at least kissed the low of the 1 wave. And let me just expand this chart a little bit, so it'll be a bit clearer, I think. Okay, so here is the 1, ABC 2. The 3 looks incomplete at the moment. I mean, it looks like a 1, maybe a 2. I mean, that could be a 1 with an ABC2, but it is stretching the point a bit. I mean, any move below here, I've got this triangular support as well, which is still relevant, although I did move it slightly down to match lower lows. This really does need to stay positive. Break below the trend line, it'll just be another sign of weakness and suggests that the correction that's bound to come may be upon us rather sooner than I was thinking. I mean, looking for 100,000, but it doesn't seem to be that keen at the moment. Now, that could change it in an instant. But I think we are at a point where if we do see a correction beginning, we want to take some profits, because it could be quite a big correction. We could go back to 28,000, in fact, the wave 4 support. Sorry, the wave 4 of the previous rally. Let me just go have a look at a bit. We're just not seeing, again, we're still not seeing this third wave thrust. What I want to see is a decent third wave thrust to confirm that we're in an impulsive move, a strong impulsive move, and that so far is a missing ingredient here. It could come in next week, but until we see it, we're not sure. Currently, I'm holding long. I took some small profits yesterday, but on Dogecoin, in fact, I have some Dogecoin which did extremely well. And if I see a sharp spike, then I will tend to take some profits. But mainly unpositioned, and I want to take some profits before this big correction comes in. This is the chart going back to the beginning of the rally in March, around 3.8. So we had the 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I try to count this so that the peak is actually here, as it were, the 5 wave peak, but it's quite hard to do because we have a clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. And that's hard to change. You've got ABC2 irregular again. Then again a 1, 2, a 3, big 4. That was always a question mark whether that could have been the wave 4, but it doesn't really count as the wave 4. And then we saw the 5 of 3, and now we're still going higher, which suggests that the uptrend is still with us, but it's just not doing what we really would like it to do. But I see this wave, the low here around 28,000, as the main support for big corrections. It's about 50% from where we are now, a bit more in fact, obviously, but not significantly more. Yeah, that's would be my first target for a correction if it were to begin from the current sort of levels. But we still have, have Ethereum seeing a fifth wave perfectly ready, exactly what we want to see. But Bitcoin just for some reason isn't following suit, and that obviously remains a concern. I can't really say a great deal more about it really. One has to make one's own decision whether to take some profits, and I may well do so next week in fact. But it is a difficult decision because I don't want to obviously miss out on larger gains. But on the other hand, I don't want to be hit with a 50% reduction, which I think is on the cards, and increasingly so if we just don't see this expected rally. Just to run the fibs on the current high, approximately 27,000 is a 61.8% fib, and 34,000 is a 50% fib. This is a log chart, by the way, so it's not arithmetic as such. Anyway, that concludes my thoughts on Bitcoin for the time being. Right, well, gold is carrying on as expected. It's nice to see at least some markets are playing ball, as it were. So we've got the 5-wave advance, ABC down to here. Now 1, 2. It's like again, just want to see Bitcoin see a nice third wave thrust up, giving some comfort that we're seeing new impulsive action. I mean, we could have an ABC count here, A, B, C, but it's looking pretty good at the moment for a new impulsive move to new highs eventually, I would suspect. Ditto silver, 5 waves up, ABC down the 50% level, 1, 2, and off we go in what was like a 3 of 3, with hopefully a lot more to come. So, I mean, Ethereum, gold and silver are all playing the game, as it were. Nice, clear counts. So I hope you're all positioned on these markets. Yeah, I think it'll take us to new highs on all three markets. I mean, obviously Ethereum is already there. Gold and silver have a bit further to go, but yeah, looking good, and of course all the stocks as well, which I would suggest. I mean, I have sent out a list to some people who asked for it. I never give advice. Obviously, I'm just up to you to make your decisions. I can't give advice because I don't know your circumstances, obviously. But I try to help where I can, basically. All right, FTSE has now seen 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I thought we'd seen 5 to here, in fact, but clearly with this rally coming in, it's not the case. But it does look, in fact, we could be seeing we could be due another fifth wave, 1, 2. This could be a 3, 4, and a 5. So maybe that's to there. But I think we're close to a peak now on FTSE. But it's certainly got the bull between its teeth, so it may just be a correction we see, and then more upside. So certainly looking good at the moment on FTSE. I did have the DAX, very similar pattern really, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So we're in the third wave at the moment with 4 and 5 to come. So again, more upside looks due on the DAX. On the Dow, this can't be an extended fifth, as it were. I mean, I can't make that to there because then the third wave would be the shortest, which isn't allowed. So I think I had to make the third wave up here, in fact, with 4 and 5 to come. And there's no sign that third wave is necessarily over yet anyway. So 3 is, so we have the 1, 2, 1, 2. That's quite short too, actually. Anyway, I'm not sure we're still going up. The trend's clearly up. The wave count is a little bit unclear at the moment. I mean, on the DAX, we had quite a decent move here for wave 3. That's not the case with the Dow. So actually, we have got sort of prior highs being taken out as well, which is a bit confusing. So unclear, but the trend's still up for the time being on the Dow, and with FTSE and the DAX looking pretty good. I would think that would probably continue for now. Nasdaq's in the final part of a fifth wave. So we got 1, 2, still in 3. So again, 4 and 5 to come, looking good for higher prices. So yeah, the equities all look pretty positive right now. quite what will happen when, well, I don't know, it's a very strange situation with all this money printing and everything else going on. It's a really weird situation. At least we have a sort of fundamental case why the cryptos, precious metals should do well. But with the economy the way it is, I think it's quite hard to see why the stock's doing so well, other than because cash is going into them. But maybe I'm missing some key point, and please enlighten me if that's the case. Anyway, that's all today. If I introduce you, back to the report on Tuesday for subscribers. Have a great weekend. Thanks for listening, and bye for now.